Good morning, everybody. This is the view off near the front porch of the Galehead hut. Pretty spectacular. This little white gravel spot is where they actually bring 3 times a year. They have helicopters that will make a drop of various things right here. Not food, just might be paper products, things of that nature. They'll drop them here 3 times a year. The food is actually carried up by the people who work here. They've got huge racks. They might be carrying 60, 70 pounds of food, each one of them, and every week. Young people, young kids, I mean, in their 20s, very healthy. And they work here, they're cooks here, they're clean here. This is their job, and a big part of their job is also to carry up food and supplies on their backs to this hut. So it's pretty impressive, the work that they do. Front of the hut. Very nice. Enjoyed the stay last night. It was nice to be inside, but I guess compared to living in the woods, this is pretty luxurious. But the fact is, there's no showers. Okay, there's no electricity. There is electricity, but there's no outlets for charging your phones or anything like that. You have to you plan on using auxiliary battery for, keeping your stuff charged, which is a little concerning if you're going to be out here for a week. It starts to be a problem, so I'm definitely going to be saving whatever phone charge I have for doing what I'm doing, which is just capturing what I see. And there's no phone signal here at all, so yep, definitely by now you realize I'm behind on videos, but you know why. Yeah, pretty much in the wilderness here. All right, today's going to be a good day. I'm still waiting for breakfast, so I'm not ready to go yet. But about 6:30 in the morning, breakfast is served, and then I'll be pulling all my stuff together and hitting the trail. Today, it's about 7 miles to the next hut, and I'm going to use this time to kind of rehabilitate, if you will. Last 2 days I've done 29 miles through very, very difficult terrain, and I feel it. I'm telling you, everything hurts. So I'm gonna eat well, sleep well, hike less for the next 2 or 3 days, and do my best to recuperate and make the best of the situation. So, and enjoy it, right? So that's the plan. We're going to be taking off here in a little while and hitting the trail and doing about 7 miles to the next hut, which is called the Zealand Falls Hut. And look forward to getting there and showing you a little bit of what that looks like. Hope everybody has a great day, and we'll catch up with you down the trail. everybody. That's where we came from. We just left the hut, and this is how the day has started. So it's going to be a lot of the same. Another tough day, I'm sure, but relatively, I've heard people say that the hike between here and the Zealand Falls hut is probably one of the easier ones. Now, does that make it easy? No. It just means that relative to what we've been doing, it could be easier. So the trail's kind of nice right here. I don't know how long this will last, but we will take it. I can't wait to get back to the south and where you have this smooth trail. Rarely see any rocks in the trail. It's just leaves or pine needles and a well-beaten path. It'll seem like a vacation, to be honest with you. So, had a good stay. I am looking at, again, these next couple days of short miles, albeit hard miles, as an opportunity to kind of recuperate a little bit from a couple of really hard days. And I mean, ankles hurt, knees hurt, and my thigh muscles hurt. You know, not hurt, I mean, everything's kind of sore. Nothing's hurting. It's just sore from overuse, that's it. So anyway, all right, let's keep on pressing on. There's a couple of views. I think there's a nice view coming up. The forecast today is possible rain showers a little bit later, so we are under some partly cloudy skies, and I don't know how that might affect us once we get to a place for view, but we'll take what we get, right? So we'll see. All right, back to climbing rocks. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Still climbing, folks. That's where we came from. Up there somewhere is where we're going. All right, folks, we are nearing the top. I believe the mountain we're climbing here is called South Twin. You see the fog blowing in and wisping in. It's getting a little cooler for sure, and we're going to be socked in. So we're not going to get any views up here. And I sense a real shift in the weather here, and I want to be smart and do the right thing. So I think where people get themselves in trouble up here is they've underestimated how quickly the weather can turn on them. And I don't anticipate anything dangerous necessarily today, although later this afternoon they called for a possibility of thunderstorms and winds up to 45 miles an hour, and I don't want to be on any peak at that point. So we're going to cruise across this one pretty quickly and head on to safer places. That's where we came from. That's where we're going. Should be at the top in a few minutes. All right, everybody. We're up on the peak of South Twin. Actually, I don't think we are. I think we got a little bit further to go yet. This should give you a sense of Okay, folks. Now we've reached the peak of South Twin. I'm having to hold on to my hat. I'm telling you, the winds are... If I was going to stay here long, I'd put my jacket on, but I'm not going to stay here that long. We're at 4,893 feet, and I'm sure on a different day the views would be spectacular, just not today. That's where we're headed. Zealand Falls Hut. Okay, folks, we just finished our second largest climb of the day, which was not nearly as difficult as the first. In fact, I've been making pretty good time for the last couple of miles. I would say for the last couple of miles, I've been averaging probably close to probably 2 miles an hour. So I've been hitting it pretty hard, albeit rocky. And we did have a bit of a downpour of rain there for probably 30 minutes. I had to put the umbrella out, and so everything's really wet again. But now I'm kind of in the cover here with these trees, short trees on either side of me, breaking the wind off and providing a little bit of comfort, I would say. It's not real cold. I do have some chill bumps on the arms, but it's not like it's dangerously cold. We've got 4 miles yet to go to the Zealand hut, and we're heading downhill now. This particular climb that we just went up is called Guyot, or it's Guyot. I've heard some people call it Gaio, I don't know. One of those French words, I think, maybe. I don't know. The only French word I care about right now is buffet. I wish I had one. But I digress. We got 4 miles left to get down to the Zealand hut. And between here and there, we do have another climb up. While we're going downhill, generally, we got to climb up Zealand Mountain. So that's the one big bump that's still left in front of us, I think, before we head into the hut. So we're going to get there pretty early. I'm guessing 10. I would like to think maybe 1:30 likely today, which would be just a blessing, honestly, to get out of this weather and maybe sneak in a nap. What? A nap? On the Appalachian Trail? Just doesn't happen. But I might get something today. We'll see. So that's the plan, guys. We're making the best out of a kind of a tough situation with the weather. And I hope y'all are having an awesome day. All right, folks, welcome to the top of Zealand Mountain. Pretty impressive, huh? It is, there are all the 4,000 foot or more mountains in New Hampshire are marked. I think they have 48 4,000 footers. I might be wrong about that. And there's actually it's kind of a goal or whatever for people to go in and do all of them, like 48. They call them peak baggers, and this is 4,200 feet, so this is one of those mountains I'm sure that they have to bag in their quest to hit all the 4,000 footers in New Hampshire. So anyway, I apologize in advance. I know my camera's probably a little smudgy and wet and not very clear, but I can't keep it dry. I just can't keep it dry. It's just nothing but mist and rain today. But anyway, we're all downhill from here for sure. We got 2.8 miles to the hut, and we're going to keep on pressing on. Yeah, it looks like the clouds are kind of lifting a bit. Didn't expect to see have any more opportunities for a view, but we're on our way down to the hut, and the trees opened up, clouds lifted, and we got a good image of something. I can't tell you exactly what that mountain is. Very nice. All right, everybody, we're just a tad over a mile from our destination for today. And I think I'm supposed to turn right here. It's the hardest thing about this the trail here in the Whites. They have a lot of different trails that people who are weekend hikers or whatever can take. This one that I'm currently on is called the Twin Way, and out in the abbreviation on the right hand side you see AT. So the Appalachian Trail is like secondary to these trails, and you're just constantly stopping and looking at signs and making sure that you're in the right place. So it can be a little frustrating, because the last thing you want to do is climb one of them going the wrong way unnecessarily. But I'm pretty sure this is necessary. So here we go. We'll get on up this hill. Beautiful waterfall. A lot of people hanging around. Pretty awesome. Yeah. This is beautiful, folks. Just got water running off this hard rock ledge and everywhere. Just water everywhere. Beautiful, clear water. It's awesome. I think right up here is our hut. Saw all those people. It's not unusual really near around these huts. They're usually a parking lot that might be 4 or 5 miles away, and people come in, hike in for a day trip, and spend time around the huts. But they're not necessarily staying in the huts. I talked to a fella, and he just said he brought his family in for a day trip, so it's kind of cool. All right, we're gonna make it on into the hut. It says less than 0.1, so that's nothing. All right, everybody. This is the view. It's kind of the front yard, if you will, of the hut that I'm staying in. You can see through there. There's the hut. And I'm standing right in the middle of the waterfall, essentially. Coming off these rocks. Going down the hill. Beautiful. Look out in front. Some kind of magnificent place here. Just beautiful. And down below, all this water's flowing down in there, down to that lake. Pretty awesome. I'll show you the front of the hut real quick. If I don't fall on the rock, I should have come out here in my flip-flops. Okay. This is the front of the hut. This is called the Zealand Falls hut. Pretty good. Got a small, much smaller dining room than the one we had yesterday.
How did you get here?
I walked. How did you get here?
I rode from there to here.
Wow, that's awesome.
Because I went to 3 cabins.
You've been to 3 cabins already?
Yeah.
Wow, that's impressive.
No, only 2, but this is my 3rd one.
This is your 3rd one, and you love goldfish?
And then I'm going back to there where I live. I live over there.
You live over there on that mountain?
Yeah.
That's impressive.
So I can come here whenever I want.
You're lucky. You come here anytime you want.
And I can go wherever I want.
That's impressive. Okay.
I went on the other
Okay. She says she's been to 3 of these cabins. She can come here anytime she wants because she lives right over there. Look at that shot, folks. Right off the front. Pretty cool.